This is Tanya from Tanya's Cute by Design. In this video we will show you how to join weft threads in Tapestry. What you see here are 3 yellow ends that simulate the ending of a weft. You have one here, the second one here, and the third one here. This is the 3-ply wool that we've separated the strands so that you can see them individually. Each strand is pulled out between one of the warp threads. Since this is a black shed forward, it is one strand on one side of each of the black warp threads. So now we're going to put in our new weft thread. And as you can see, we've feathered the end of this one just the same way. What you want to do is to put your weft in the same place that your old weft is coming out. And as these old weft threads are each on the right side of the black warp threads, you're going to pull out your new weft threads on the left side of these 3 warp threads. So, and it doesn't matter which one, just as long as you pull them out in the same places. So, here's the first one. We're going to pull out one. Here's the second one. We're going to pull out one more. And finally on the third one, we're going to pull that one out right on the other side. Whoops, there you go. So what looks like a jangled mess really is the new warp threads coming out on the left side, the new weft threads coming out on the left side of these 3 warp threads, and the old weft 3 pieces coming out on the right side of the same warp threads. From there, what you'll do is beat down like normal. So you have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. As you beat down, you would then change the shed and place in your next shot. As you place in your next shot, you're going to make sure that your edge is tamped down just like we have told you in the first one, in the first video, and beat. Change your shed and go back one more time. Now, your loosed weft threads will sometimes get caught, but we're going to take care of that here in about 2 seconds. So as you beat your weft in, what you see me handling is knots. This is some old yarn that has been knotted every couple of inches or so. So you see me beating in the weft, and you still have these strands here. But now you have about 2 solid pieces above your frayed ends to keep them nice and solid, and they cover the warp threads just fine. Now there are several ways that you can handle this. What I usually do is just cut them off right even with the fabric. I've read a lot of books that talk about how at the end of the weaving you take a darning needle or a tapestry needle and you thread the weft ends into the weaving. I honestly find that there is not enough justification for that, as the wefts tend to stay very well secured, and because they're frayed like this, there's no need to go through all that trouble at the end. So what I usually do is I take a nice pair of scissors and I just snip them off. And since I'm right-handed with scissors, this is going to look a little weird. So when I snip them off, I pull them tight and snip them right against the fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And because I pulled them nice and tight, you won't see any fluff sticking out from the face of your fabric.